Welcome to Underground Pulpit. Before we jump into anything tonight, I want to set the tone for season 2 with one verse and one sentence. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 10, verse 16, "Behold, I am sending you out as sheep in the midst of wolves, so be wise as serpents and innocent as doves." That's the assignment. Not naive, not asleep, not pretending the wolves aren't there, but also not becoming wolves ourselves. Adam texted me something this week that hit me right between the eyes. He said this in this text. He said, "My emotions say trenches and barbed wire, but the Spirit says watch and witness." And I thought, that's it. Because if we're not careful, the times we're living in can push Christians into a posture of fear, anger, and survival mode. Trenches and barbed wire. But the Spirit of God is calling us to something better. To be steady, alert, faithful, and unshaken. To watch the times with discernment. To witness to Christ with clean hands and a clear conscience. So this season, we're not here to rage at the darkness. We're here to strengthen believers, protect families, speak truth with courage, and build something solid in a shaky world. We're going to be wise as serpents, innocent as doves, and faithful as sheep sent by the shepherd. So, that being said, let's get into it. So this season, we're going to do things a little bit differently. We talked about that. And I want to kind of share the stories that we talk about. And so I asked you guys to bring some stories and some video for us to watch and react to. And you did that, and I really appreciate it. And I kind of want to talk about those as we move forward. And that kind of be how we set the scene for our show moving forward. So, Carla, you brought us a couple of videos. Mm-hmm. Do you want to tell us what they were? And we already, and then see what we think when we see them.
So we had some fake news. We watched news reporters, and just kidding, they weren't real. And then we had some bouncing animals. What is this? Some jumping animals on trampolines, which is incredibly phony. Like a lot of people, if you go to the comments of these things, they watch them and they think they're real, and they talk about how cute the bunnies and what else are there, ducks.
Oh, here we go. Let's roll it.
Angela Carter here, live from the Cedar Grove flood disaster. Just kidding, I'm not real. This is Dana Brooks reporting live from Ocean View Beach. Just kidding, I'm not real. This is Charlotte Reed reporting live from Clearwater Beach, where an unidentified... Just kidding, I'm not real.
Do you realize how probably hurts? Like... Rabbits live in the suburbs, and koalas.
Oh, the koala bird gets a little acrobatic there.
When it flips, his head changes places. Okay, I have ducks, and they cannot jump that high. I'm just saying. Ducks, rabbits, all the things, and it's all fake. I see so much of this, especially in backyard chicken groups, specifically. Like it's just crazy.
Is this something you have on? You look on Facebook, backyard chicken groups.
Yeah, I have chickens and ducks, so I'm always.
So you gotta network with the other chicken and duck ladies.
Yes, and a lot of it's not real.
You're not only the president, you're a member.
But tonight I would like to touch on helping people discern the difference between real and fake videos online, because it's getting to the point where you can't tell.
Right. So tell us about the first clip. Why did you pick that one?
because I can see, especially a lot of people that are not educated on AI or the internet or anything, especially like the older generations, are gonna see fake news, and think it's real. I mean, there's already a lot of prank videos online of people like putting alien invasion news videos for their grandparents to see, and then they freak out, or their parents, and pretty soon this could be weaponized. It's scary. So
Right.
the second one, it's just it really bothers me seeing how many people think they're real, and a lot of people even are like, "It's AI, it's so cute." Like, I get that, but
Well, sure. We
if
watched.
there was some kind of disclaimer, so everybody wasn't like, "Well, I saw bunnies bouncing on the internet," like,
Right.
you know.
Because we've all been entertained by pixels, I guess.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
We're all gamers
There
here,
just needs
right?
to like some kind of a, I don't know, like this is an AI video, kind of like that fact check stuff. But
Not only that, it takes away from the animals that can actually jump on a trampoline.
this is
Well, I
true.
hadn't thought about that, Adam. You're right. That's a good point.
Like, there's some old videos of these bulldogs who can skateboard.
Oh, I've seen those.
And they deserve that
right?
credit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've never seen a video of skateboarding bulldogs. Now I'm intrigued.
They got
Did
low
they do
center of
tricks and
gravity.
stuff, or they just kind of roll
Yeah,
forward?
they go to skate
Or
parks.
like animals that ride on motorcycles, stuff like that.
Yep.
No one's gonna believe it. No one's gonna believe anything anymore. That's what's scary too. But I mean, do you want me to go over now, or like
Yeah, let's
tips
do it.
and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, so I put together a list of things to try to help people know what to look for when you're watching these videos. Like, one, faces and expressions, eyes, like unnatural blinking, too much or oddly timed, eyes not quite tracking, what's happening. Mouth versus speech. So lips don't really fully match the sounds
So they look like a bad
that you're seeing.
Chinese movie.
A little bit, yeah. Expressions, emotions can switch to, smoothly or feel hollow. There's no soul there.
Right.
Something that I personally look for is hands and fingers. AI does not quite have hands and fingers down, so you're always going to see like 6 fingers or like them blending together, things like that.
Oh, that's the older version. They've upgraded since then.
For sure. Yeah.
Well, that's, I mean, another point. Oh, I'll make that point at the end of reading this, but awkward grasping, like when they grab things or stuff doesn't sit naturally in your hand. Skin and texture. So skin is too smooth or plasticky. It's like almost too perfect, especially like the bunnies on the trampoline. That's too perfect. Like the way it all happens, that horse just leaping right up there. Like, come on.
Right.
No, that horse would have
fallen
been a
right through
goner.
Yeah. I think the trampoline would have been a goner.
Yeah. Weird warping near hairlines, ears, or glasses. Motion weirdness, so like micro jumps, melting around edges
This
when
is like
someone turns their heads.
An anti-AI PSA.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? I'm not saying
You're
like
awesome.
AI can be good and it can be bad, but for people, I don't like the idea of people, especially grandma, being deceived. That's scary. It's really scary.
Maybe we should have an ongoing segment here of AI or not.
We could do that. I mean, I'd be down
We could
with
each,
that.
We could each bring a video and then play AI or not.
Is it
and,
AI or
and whoever
not?
tricks us wins a prize.
Ooh, pumpkin spice coffee.
Something like that, sure.
Motion weirdness. So I went over micro jumps.
I was thinking more like Cole's Bucks, but
Background bending or breathing as the subject moves. Audio and speech. So voice inconsistencies, like emotion doesn't match the words, like sad words have cheerful tones, things like that. Like obviously not, something's off, So no, like the pacing and walking is even, too even. No natural stumbles, breaths, or filler words. Accents that slip or sound oddly neutral. strange metallic tones. That's the number one thing I listen for when people are talking, especially like you see ones of the president or like any actor, political figure talking. There's a weird metallic tone in their voice, almost like it's coming out of a cheap speaker. I don't know.
So what of those things could you note any of those things in the reporter clip that we saw that you could point out? Maybe that
like their faces were very, very smooth, no blemishes. If you were looking at the car in front of it in the water, the lights were weird, like going into the water. The houses, even though like that one was a good one because it was a disaster, right? But if you look at the windows, they're oddly placed. Like one's higher, and usually they would be even in that type of architecture. There's shutters on both sides of windows. On one of the windows, there's only one. Yeah, granted, it could have flew off, but these are things that I noticed. If you're watching the animals jumping on the trampoline, you'll look at the fence in the background. It's not, the boards aren't grouped right. They're different in weird patterns. It's not like a pattern of a fence a human would build. Like if you go to the suburbs. Also, I don't think you'll see a koala flipping on trampolines in suburbs either. Like that's a little weird. But
Don't count them out.
that looks like an American suburb and a koala. Okay.
I don't know what I'd be able to tell an American suburb
Yeah.
from an Australian when not having ever actually seen a Australian
I mean,
suburb.
I have an Australian family. I've seen pictures, but
Do they have
with-
crocodiles in their backyard?
I don't know about that. That's like Florida.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Do they have giant spiders in the corner of their house?
That's more towards the bush, I'm told.
Oh, okay.
Like the
Well, that's not very
forest
exciting.
area.
No, what Australian thing do they have? They have poisonous snakes in the basement?
Well, I
They
think
eat
40% of
kangaroos.
snakes in
They
Australia.
eat kangaroo?
Yep.
What does it
They
taste
do.
like?
I don't know. I
They
call it
call it
hot pockets.
roo stew. He calls it hot pocket.
What'd you call it?
Hot pockets.
Oh, that's
No
terrible.
thanks, I couldn't eat a kangaroo. But anyway, the koala, when it's flipping off the trampoline.
If you had to pick one, would you eat a koala or a kangaroo?
No.
You know what you have to. You have to pick. Would you
Why do I have
would
to?
you rather?
Would I rather?
eat
Probably,
kangaroo or
honestly,
koala?
probably a kangaroo.
Wow.
If I had to. Okay.
You're despicable.
Now, the koala, when it's flipping off the trampoline, its head ends up in a weird place. That goes back to the movement. Let's see what else.
Now the pig falling off looked really realistic to me. I thought it felt just like a pig would fall.
Yeah. I could see that.
Maybe that was real.
But look at the fence boards in the background. I'm
no, I
telling
think
you,
the pig was real.
none of those were real.
Oh man, I want the pig one to be
No
real.
room echo, or an echo that doesn't match the space they're in. It's almost like bad photoshopping, but video. Content and logic checks, hugely underrated. So it's
like a spaceship coming out
wanna-
of the sea is probably a
Yes.
sign that it's
You-
not
Logic
a
check.
real video.
You want to ask yourself, does this make sense? Next time your kid is like, Mom, they're on the news saying aliens are here. Just really, does this make sense? I mean, we're not far off from that.
Check next
Sorry.
week's episode.
Oh, gosh, we'll get there. But
The aliens are
anyway,
here.
Spoiler alert.
like, is a famous person saying something wildly out of character, or anybody saying something out of character. They don't even have to be that famous.
Oh, you mean like Joe Biden saying something smart?
Perhaps, depending on your political
I probably shouldn't have said that.
orientation.
Trump being humble.
There you go.
Trump being humble. There
Good
you
balance
go.
there, Adam. Thank you.
Either or.
You saved me.
We could do either or. Is
Kamala
there
Harris
any
sounding sober?
coverage of this elsewhere?
Now we're getting banned
Yeah.
for sure.
They're jokes. Is there any coverage of this elsewhere? Like, like the alien spaceship coming up out of the sea.
Right.
Is anyone else like that's the first thing I really look for. There have been things that I've seen on YouTube regarding news of people like, oh, this person got CPS called on them. And I know this is an AI, but I always check to see, okay, who published this? Where's the publication? Is this? And if I find one by Joe Schmo, some weird Daily Mailer, or not even like a real publication place, then you know it's not real.
You realize right now you're training the AI to fool people better.
Then why are we here? Also, you even have to be careful for AI articles. There are so many articles online just written by AI. And you'll know because when you're reading them, this is coming from me. I didn't do research on this. This is just what I've seen. They just repeat the same thing over and over again. Even YouTube videos of AI. Like, this is a bombshell thing that's happening. It is incredible. And it is the pyramids, and they discovered this. And then this is a bombshell thing. And it's just like it repeats it over and over and over again. And I'm like, I just wasted 10 minutes of my life to listen to them repeat the title over and over again with different word salad. It's AI. Anyway, to get clicks, whatever.
So, Carla, why do you hate AI?
I hate deceptive AI. It's just like, I'm trying to think of how I can explain. You have a car, right? No.
I do.
I'm trying to think of a way to explain this. It's like when people get in an accident and they get hurt, you don't blame the car if they're not wearing their seatbelt. Am I explaining this right? I don't know. Like, AI can be used for wonderful things, but also bad apples could use it for terrible things.
You know what I get really irritated about with AI, and like my social media of choice is X, right? And people watch a thing, and then instead of like watching it or talking about it, they'll go, Grok, tell me what this video is about. That's it. Grok, explain this video to me.
And they don't watch it?
Or they just don't bother to even think about it. They just like, oh, Grok, tell me what this video is.
It makes people lazy, but I think my point in this is to help people discern when people are using it maliciously or not. You know? Like, just be careful. It can be great. Like, I use AI. I'm not going to lie. I use AI all the time to rewrite things. Like, when I post, like, on Etsy or whatnot, you know, I use it for descriptions. Like, because I've always been a terrible, like, I can write, but it's like sitting there, what do they call it, writer's block, just trying to get it out. Like, it's so much easier to type what I want something to say and have AI make it fix all my grammar.
Make it pretty, right?
Yes, it's like...
No, I know what you mean.
It's like having a nice assistant. But you can also have bad assistants, and you can use them for bad things. I almost said somebody... There are alleged celebrities that have assistants and have went to trial. I won't name names, but allegedly.
Come on.
I'm just saying.
Just saying, yeah.
AI is just like... It's unfortunately, it's a part of our lives now, and we have to learn how to discern between the good and the bad. But anyway, I'm almost done. Technical checks. So, source matter. So, like, if you see a video and you're like, is this real? You just check the account. How old is the account? Is it new? If it was created last month and they have 2 videos, okay. It's real.
You got to talk into your mic.
I don't like doing that.
Then no one can hear
Just kidding. So there's no original upload. It's reposts only. Clickbait captions, like they don't want us to see this, or this is a bombshell, or you won't believe, just clickbait.
This is actually really important, what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know we're kind of making light of it, but you're right.
It really is, and I think this may be something that we would want to keep up on. As far as, like right now we're Grok 4.
Right.
What is it going to be like? Because I'm looking at stuff out there that unless it was titled, you would not be able to tell a difference.
Well, that clip I showed you yesterday
Yeah,
was amazing.
yeah. And what if someone who posted that had the ability to say, this was 9 years ago?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right there, everybody's hook, line, and sinker, 100%,
Yeah.
they're going to believe that it's real.
Right.
So we got to be looking for that too.
So something I would say is, you know,
And
pray,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
pray about it. That's something you can do. Just use your best discernment. I was going to say a Bible quote that, like,
It's funny that
you brought up
the quote that you
Matthew.
used, she had already, go ahead and read yours.
Well, yeah, I was looking over this. It's Matthew 7:15. So it's about true and false prophets. Watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious. They are ferocious wolves. By their fruit you will recognize them. So by the product of the video, use your best discernment. Pray about it.
It makes sense. Look at the video about the bunnies, right? Now all these people are going to expect these real bunnies to be able to jump on trampolines, and it's not going to happen. And they're going to be all disappointed, and they're going to get rid of the bunnies. And
Or they're going to put the trampoline out in their horse pasture.
Yep,
And
and
they're
then
gonna go out there
injure a
and
horse. They're going to injure a horse.
Wait for the horse to jump on the trampoline, and the horse is just going to look at it and go,
I know, like, we're joking about people doing that stuff, but there are, like kids were eating Tide Pods. Kids were eating Tide Pods, you know what I mean? Don't eat Tide Pods.
Right.
I'm just saying, there are people out there, if there's even people that'll do things for clicks. There's probably some teenager that's like, oh, I saw bunnies jumping on a trampoline. So
There
today...
was the guy that laid on the train tracks. Did you see that video?
Mm-mm.
This influencer, I mean, he did. He went and got on a train track and between the rails and laid there and filmed himself with the train went over his head.
No, is
Yes,
that real?
it was
See,
real.
I feel like I have to go look.
No, it
It's
was real. Look it
real.
up. It was real.
Wow.
And
face up.
I don't
Or
remember
someone
his
will
face
be
up or
like,
not.
I'm going to
But it doesn't
recreate
really matter
these.
either way. That if there was anything dangling off the bottom of that train, he was dead.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I'm just saying, what do you want to get hit first?
I think the way he laid, he would have got hit in the backside first, if you know what I mean. It ripped him from.
And he lived?
Yeah. Well, as far as I know, I mean, they showed the video, and they did. I don't remember the video going all the way to the end of the train, but I mean, maybe they found the phone later, but
He had to have put some like markers, some sticks or something. To see if he
I'd
got
imagine
knocked
so.
over.
I mean, but still, even you don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
could be a different train.
Could be a different train. It could have been something on the track that just
New car.
yeah, whatever. And
Wow.
of course, and then people try the same thing. Try the same stunts. People like they copy these stunts, right? And it's a different topic, but yeah, this is definitely. I think you're right. This is something we need to keep our eye on for sure, and we can make fun and have fun with it. But
I
it's
have
still,
even heard-
you're right. It's important.
Like, for instance, they could use religion with AI.
Well, that's
know?
what- did you see what do you guys know who Noah Haral Navar? I can't hardly say his name. Noah Yuval Harari.
No.
He's
I caught you mentioned it the other day, so I looked up a little clip of it. He's saying that anything with words, AI is going to dominate because it'll be able to pretty much embody everything about it instantly.
and he specifically used religion as an example.
It could take over. I mean, it can play God. Like, it's scary.
Yeah, any religion he said that uses a book,
Mm-hmm.
is going to be controlled by artificial intelligence because it's going to be better at the book than anybody else is, than everybody else is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different connections though in the Bible that no other book has, and I wonder if it depends on how it's looking at it. Is it looking at it as a one book, or is it looking at it as 66 books? Or
I suppose it would depend on the AI and how it's prompted and those things, or how it decided to go ahead and look at it, or what source material it used, or it could do all those things really. I mean, there's no limit to what it could do, and the speed of it is practically instantaneous. So and it would have access to all those charts and diagrams and things that people have worked on for years and years and years and put together.
This rabbit hole goes deep.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
But that was what I wanted to bring to the table. So I hope that you all learned something to help you discern between real and fake.
Yeah, you were talking about time, and it reminded me of a clip I saw the other day of a game a person was playing. I don't know what the game was. It was some kind of a puzzle game, and she worked the puzzle, and then she got to the end of it, and there was a code you had to put in, and it was like an impossible code. You couldn't. It hadn't given you any clues to know what the code was. All it said was you knew two of the numbers. The two numbers were sixes, and it was like a 7 or 8 digit code, and you had like 10 seconds to solve it. And if you couldn't solve it, then it was going to delete your game completely, right? And it said Ubisoft style, which I guess was a clue for this, right? But what she figured out was because of how the thing prompted her during this as it presented this puzzle to her, she had to go back and reset the clock on her computer back to a certain time, and then she could move forward and play that segment of the game again, and it would help her find the code. Is that something that you're talking about? You're manipulating time. Well, how hard would it be just to reset your computer to 1999, make an AI video, and it looks like it was made in 1999? Is that even possible? I don't even know.
I think it would have to be whatever server you would have to be having access to the code that actually holds the videos and the prompts that will like kind of put them out there. You would have to have like admin rights to whatever platform it is.
Yeah.
Right. Well, how hard? But aren't there lots of people that have those things?
I mean, I've heard stories of they've influenced the amount of views certain videos have. I don't know if it was Facebook or YouTube or something like that, but that's already been done.
Right.
And it's really not that difficult. If you have admin rights, you can do whatever you want. You could make it sound like it's, this YouTube video came out in 1855. It's going to be obvious, wrong, but you could make it say that. Came out 175 years ago.
That clip we looked at yesterday looked like it had been recorded in the past on somebody's phone. It was an AI video, but it didn't have any of those markers you're talking about, really, to me anyway. It looked like a preacher, like the guy was standing in a pulpit, and he was just a little bit blurry, like an old cell phone video. It had a kind of a handheld shake to it,
very pixelated, like.
Yeah, it wasn't crisp and clean.
Oh, and I've seen pastor videos, like fake pastors online,
There's a lot.
telling sermons, and they're not real.
Right. Well, that's what this was.
Yeah.
Basically, it wasn't a whole sermon. It was just a clip of one.
Scary.
And then the reason it brought to my attention was because the thing had gotten 100 million views
Wow.
in 1 week, and that kind of discouraged me a little bit. I put out videos, and if I get 100 views, I'm like,
They're probably honestly bot clicking or whatever.
yeah. But we talked about that. How many of those were bots? But
Yeah.
still,
Experiment. I think they want to see how many people will.
even if 50 million were bots, that's still 50 million real clicks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But also, if they have that many bot clicks, it'll get pushed farther up
Right.
by YouTube or whoever.
Yeah. All they have to do is, I want this AI to create an account and post on these type of videos, and then clone itself with a slight alteration to post and view certain types of videos. They're all going to do their own thing.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, these AI videos are going to be. I think an AI segment is probably a good idea. We should do that. What do you guys think?
Like
Sure.
keep up to date with
Right.
how advanced they are, because it's going to be fast, and it's going to be exponentially faster.
Right. I mean, I made a video today for church on Sunday, and I put my voice in, and then just had it clone my voice, and it sounds like me.
Really?
Yeah.
On Canva?
No, it was on Storyblocks, but then I made the video on Canva.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, you'll see it on Sunday, or you actually it's on YouTube now. I posted it on YouTube. So
Phone must have died. No.
oh well.
There is one thing that pops into my mind scripturally, and this is something that is timeless, and it's a scripture in there saying, anything you want to test it by the word of God, and that pretty much covers a lot of it. You're not going to get, some topics may have details that you'll never be able to find from the Bible because it doesn't teach us everything. It really just teaches us about Christ and the role he plays, but there is a lot of information in there.
Right.
Looking for truth.
Mm-hmm. So Adam, you brought us some videos today also. You brought us, it's going to break our souls open. What are you trying to do to us, Adam?
The devil thought he had me, thought that my life was over. He thought by now I'd give up. He thought I had no more. But that's when someone greater stepped in my situation. My morning has now begun. Oh, the devil thought he had me, thought that my life was over. He thought by now I'd give up. He thought I had no more. But that's when someone greater stepped in my situation. But that's when someone greater stepped in my situation. But that's when God, who's greater, stepped in my situation. My morning has now begun. My morning has now begun. The devil thought he had me, thought that my life was over. He thought by now I would throw in the towel and give up. But he had me confused, because that's what some... The devil thought he had me.
That was something else.
Pretty incredible.
The tension was just,
Yeah.
It's like what's happening here, and then with the music, that was very cool, Adam. Thank you.
Very well
It's
choreographed.
crazy how you can make stairs and a trampoline into art.
Yeah, wow, that's something else. All right, let's look at this called Checkmate. This is fun.
Seen this video?
There's a picture in the museum in the Louvre. I don't know how many of you have ever been there. The picture is called Checkmate. The devil's sitting on this side. There's a chessboard, and there's a guy sitting on the other side. And the guy sitting on the other side has his hand on his head like this. And he's like in desperation. And as they were taking a tour through the Louvre, there had been a group of athletes, and particularly world champions, that were being given a special tour. And in the tour was the world chess champion. And he comes walking by the picture. And the guy's explaining to him, this is a picture of an artist's rendering of somebody who lost a battle with the devil. And so the group moved on to the next picture to see something else. But the world chess champion, he stayed there. And he just kept looking at the picture. And soon they noticed that he was not with the group. And so the tour guide came back and said, we've moved on. Are you coming? He said, well, I've been looking at this picture. And the guy said, yeah. He said, it's called Checkmate. The devil's laughing. The man's lost. And he said, yeah. He said, I've been noticing that. He said, but while I've been standing here, I've kept looking at the picture. I've got a problem. And he said, well, what do you mean? He said, well, you know, I'm a world champion chess player, and I spend my life playing chess. And normal people don't always see what a world champion chess player sees. He says, but when y'all walked off, I looked at the devil laughing, and I looked at the man in desperation. But he said, I noticed something on the chessboard. He said, either they're going to have to change the painting, or they're going to have to change the name. And the guy said, well, why are they going to have to do that? He said, well, you know, I'm a world champion chess player. And he said, when I observed the board, I found out the king still has one more move. I come to tell somebody today, you believe you've been cornered. You believe everything is gone and nothing has got any hope. But the king still has one more move.
Have you seen this video?
There's a picture
No,
in the museum in the Louvre. I don't know how many of
the
you
origins of this painting.
Right. Who painted
It's
it?
fascinating.
If the guy who painted it knew that and was waiting all these years for someone to figure it out. Yeah. Wow. The mysteries here. All right. Now let's see. Oh, Adam, you brought us some videos today also. You brought us some videos of the guy on the stairs with the trampoline. So you guys are both fascinated with trampolines this week, I see.
Yeah, it's weird, huh? I didn't even watch yours until after.
Funny.
And then you brought us a clip of a painting, a sermon illustration about that painting. What was it about those that you selected them?
So the first one is really it's really the journey of every Christian. And it's a great illustration of how it is to be a Christian who really believes and tries to follow Jesus. And there gets a point where he's bouncing up and down and he falls and he's just in that same spot. And he's like slowly losing altitude. And and then all of a sudden he just tries to reach up. He keeps reaching up. And at that low point where he's just starting to reach up, that's how I feel like where I am right now. As far as falling, getting up, and the trampoline represents, like, if it was solid ground, that guy would never get back up. That's the force that the Holy Spirit kind of, how it manifests, you know? We would not be able to keep getting up and trying to be more Christ-like if we didn't have that force pushing us back up and going, when really all we want to do is just and collapse. Like what we were talking about the other day on Tuesday, it's very like an arrow in the heart, the way that the country is, like how divided both sides are. Like the left and the right, they can't even, it seems like there's no way that they can meet eye to eye on anything. And people are starting to weaponize against each other. And we're so far away from the center where we should be that it's getting scary. And that whole, trying to climb up the ladder and fall back down, that's really what it is to be a Christian. We're not going to be, if you're really a Christian, Christians aren't the best people. Because people are not the best people.
Yeah, I'm like, nobody is.
Amen to that. Yeah.
And if we pretend to be, then we're not being honest. All humans have major flaws. We're all born into sin. We're all exposed to such an amount of sin every day that it is impossible. And just knowing that there's a God out there who can forgive us for doing that and came down here to show us that he would forgive us. I mean, that's that force, that's that trampoline pushing us back up. And that second video is really the guy who's sitting there at the chessboard, scratching his head, going, this is checkmate.
Right.
that's how I feel too, especially the way the world is. Like there's people that I love who are on different views than I am, and I don't really know how to reach them. And I think I know what the right thing is, but the way that the deceptiveness is, not just AI, but I mean, that's how it's been for years and years and years. The deception has always been the key weapon. And sitting there scratching your head like, we don't know what the next move is. We're just trying to keep it together. And that chess master could see that it was the king, and only the king, who had one more move on the chessboard. The King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, and that's what's that move? I mean, I hope that move can get us out of checkmate and bring everybody together, or at least closer together, where we could actually start talking again.
Like it.
Yeah, I saw myself when I was watching that particular video, just saying to myself, man, I want this to be a real thing. I want this not just to be an illustration. I really want there to be that painting out there, and there have been a real chess master who really looked at it with different eyes.
Me too.
You know, and said, no, this is not what you think it is. You know, I want there to have been a painter out there.
I'm gonna look it up.
Who is so, so thoughtful, that he painted that and called it checkmate, just to test people. Are they really going to give up? Are they going to look deeper? Are they going to stare harder? Are they going to think faster? Whatever it is, I want that to be real, because I need something to grab onto, like you were saying. I need something like that to I don't say hang my hat on, because we have the Word of God and we know the truth as far as that goes. But I want there to be these examples out there, that speak to us that way. I was watching your first video, and the tension of it, I found it getting to me. It was really a gripping performance. First of all, watching it go on, and then just the come on, you can do it. I found myself rooting for the guy, just because I wanted him to succeed. I wanted him to get that, and then between that and the music that it was performed to, just I don't know, it really grabbed me. It had my attention, and it made me hope, for those few minutes, at least, that despite where we find ourselves, that God is going to find a way to propel us back into His will, back into His plan, back into His authority, back into whatever it is that He has for us. And or if not me, maybe my daughters or my granddaughters. Somebody will make it back to the top.
Yeah.
That really touched me. I appreciate you bringing those, for sure.
Go.
Very good. Like I said, I'm gonna look up
Is Shaq available?
What I think the expressions on all three people. You have the devil who's laughing because he thinks he's won.
Right.
And the human hasn't given up, and he's just looking for some type of hope.
He's
Right.
desperate.
Right. And you're focused on those two, where most people don't consider the third party there, the angel.
Right.
The angel doesn't look worried. The angel looks like it knows the human's going to figure it out eventually.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that's a real painting. I know that's an actual painting. At the Louvre, that's where the museum is. So that's what it's called.
Right. Yeah. It was awesome. All right. So what did you guys think about my video?
But one of the most significant differences, critical for moving from polarization to productivity, is that the Wikipedians who write these articles aren't actually focused on finding the truth. They're working for something that's a little bit more attainable, which is the best of what we can know right now. And after 7 years there, I actually believe that they're onto something. That for our most tricky disagreements, seeking the truth and seeking to convince others of the truth isn't necessarily the best place to start. In fact, I think our reverence for the truth might have become a bit of a distraction that is preventing us from finding consensus and getting important things done. Now, none of that's to say that the truth isn't important. The truth obviously exists. It's at the core, or the search for the truth is at the core of some of our greatest human achievements. It can animate and inspire us to do, learn, and create great things. But I think in our messy human hearts, we also know that the truth is something of a fickle mistress, and that the beauty of the truth is actually often in the struggle. It's the reason that we have so many sublime chronicles of the human experience, because there are so many different truths to be explored. And so in this spirit, I know that the truth exists for each of you in this room. It also probably exists for the person sitting next to you. But the thing is, the two of you don't necessarily have the same truths. And this is because for many of us, truth is what we make when we merge facts about the world with our beliefs about the world. Each of us has our own truth, and it's probably a good one. It's based.
Embarrassed me. My video embarrassed me.
Well, actually, it was kind of good that I got to hear it multiple times. Because at first, the way she was presenting it, it sounds very logical. It sounds like she's very intelligent. And until she started saying that, and everybody has multiple truths.
Right.
Okay. But
yeah, she was so calm about it, so and just so articulate, and confident. Right. That was, she just like exuded this like well, this is the way it is, and the way she presented it, you almost feel like a dummy to stand against her.
Right.
But what she said was so twisted.
Very twisted.
So twisted to take something that is so objective and make it relative.
The most important takeaway that I got from it was, okay, why is she making the speech? What is she really saying? That truth gets in the way of getting important things done.
Right.
What things are more important than truth?
Right.
Like, what things need to get done?
Right.
We're on a planet that is going at a fixed speed inside of a solar system, moving around the galaxy at a fixed speed. No matter how fast you run, you're not going to make any progress.
Right.
No matter how much oil you mine, you don't make the smallest of fraction of difference in this world, in this universe. So what are we really needing to get done that's important here on this planet if we're not dealing with truth?
Right. Well, and she made it so that truth was less important than outcome. Really, that was what I got out of it. It's like what I want to accomplish is more important than the truth. Right.
You know what it equates to? I don't know if you have anybody who have siblings, older siblings, younger siblings, or even friends. Sometimes you'll come up with a scheme where you want something, and maybe you think you can outsmart your buddy. Well, if you take these 3 cards, That's 3 cards. You could give me that card, but then you get 3 cards. When you know that card, that one card is way more important, way more valuable.
Right.
But you're trying to convince them that 3 cards is way better.
Yeah. 3 is more than 1.
Until they catch you and they're like, no, this one card is way more valuable than all of those different truths, cards.
And what came off too, to me anyway, is that in her presentation, as she was talking about truth and outcomes and these things, it occurred to me that it's really her truth that matters, right?
Self-idolatry.
Right, and her outcome that's important. It's her worldview that she knows better, right? That's what I got out of it anyway. You know, why else would someone present that in such a way like that, and not say, you know, I know there's a higher truth out there than mine, and I'm seeking it, and I'm going to find other truths along the way, and I'm going to have to discard them.
This is so weird.
As you know,
the whole thing is weird.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Well, it's like
where's she from? She has an American accent.
She was at the time she made that speech, she was the head of Wikipedia, and before that she was the president of NPR.
But what country does she live in?
America.
Okay, so she lives in a country where
America.
other people's truths don't affect her.
Huh?
And that's the only reason she thinks that way.
That could be, yeah.
If she were to go live in another country where she's not allowed to show her face, now her truth is much more important.
Right.
Relative.
The whole time I'm just like, I can't wrap my head around 2 + 2 being 5, 4, and 6. You know?
Right.
Like, because if you're saying that, then 3 + 3 can be 7. Right?
That's one thing that every country, every language, and every civilization can always agree on.
Numbers.
Math.
Yeah.
That doesn't change.
Right.
I don't know. Have you seen? I'm not trying to make fun, but there are math courses out there that will just say, well, for you, 2 + 2 is 5. Okay.
I've seen that, but I don't know. I'd have to research it and see if it's like
I don't know, these are fairly
just
old,
propaganda
these are
or
old
something.
Stories, you know?
Like I've heard this. I heard it on the radio
Right.
before, but I think that was like some kind of
That's I suppose
trolling propaganda. I don't know. I would have to fact check it.
But that's only when you start including extra dimensional properties that we're not dealing with.
No, this was like something else entirely.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
affirmation. It was just affirmation. You know, the child.
It was like
the
2
child
+
thought
2
this,
can
and
be 5.
and it was too harmful to the child to tell them they were
Yeah,
wrong.
it was something like that. That's why I want to
You
fact
did
check
harm
it
to
before
you
I
did harm to
comment.
someone by telling them they were wrong. So therefore, you just affirm whatever they said as being correct.
Yeah, I have heard this,
because
but
it was better for their self-esteem, and self-esteem is more important than truth,
Oh, yeah. No, that's...
right?
we're gonna start watering the crops with Gatorade, because that's my truth. Did you watch that movie? You did?
No, you told me, but I haven't watched it
You
yet.
gotta watch it.
Yeah.
Idiocracy we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet.
Awesome in that.
Yeah.
I didn't actually know until you told me. I didn't know it was a movie. I thought it was like a documentary of a guy going around interviewing stupid people.
No, it's a movie. It's great. You gotta see it.
There's some
You really
vulgar
should.
stuff in there. I don't know. Maybe not for kids.
No. Yeah, definitely 18 plus.
Maybe I
But
can watch it on my little vacation I got coming up.
yeah, do it. Do it.
Oh man.
You will not regret it.
Right.
It's a comedy.
But also, if truth is relative, right? Doesn't that also making lying okay?
Yeah.
And that seems like a moral problem then at that point. So not only do you have a reality problem,
But these people don't think they're lying. That's the thing. It's like,
Well, I don't know. When she said that the pursuit of the truth gets in the way of accomplishing what they want to accomplish, doesn't that give them license to lie?
yeah,
If
I feel like
if you
it's
can change the truth to accomplish what you want to accomplish, what's the difference between that and just telling a lie?
right. That's the thing about it. It's like such a slippery slope because, like with AI, you can use it for good things, but let's say someone believes something. I've seen people where it's like they do believe what they're saying. They believe it to be true.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean they're lying if they believe it's true?
Here, it's a good
But
question.
there's people that manipulate
knowing they're lying.
knowing they're right. And then in that case, they can just lie and say, and that's just a liar, say, well, this is my truth.
I've always been of the mind that there's a difference between being wrong and lying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm getting at.
Yeah. I mean, you
Yeah.
can just be wrong.
Right.
You know, like you witness an accident and you think it was a green car and it was really a gold car.
Right. Or like the dress that was blue and
Right.
gold or white and gold or blue and
Right.
black. Yeah. Because
Things like that.
some people see gold and white and some people
Is the
see
horse
blue
walking
and
forwards
black.
or backwards,
Right.
right? Yeah.
It's an interpretation of the truth. But then you have people that, I don't know, like see, like just flat out are living in denial and
Right.
keep lying to themselves about whatever it may be.
Sure. Addicts do that all the time, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, that's part of an addiction.
I don't have a problem.
This is one way I think that you can start to disassemble people's truths. That what is their basis on their belief system, right? One could argue that an atheist should be saying that AI is probably the worst thing for human evolution because it stops us from becoming better ourselves and we become more reliant on something that could be destroyed, something that could be altered, something that can be turned off. And the more we rely on that false being,
Mm-hmm.
the less effective we are as human beings. So is it really more moral to have AI if you're an atheist? One would say no. It's the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if one is an atheist and saying that no, yes, AI is the most logical and natural step to take, then that admits that that person is saying that the human race has reached its limit and can no longer evolve.
Well, that's a transhumanist argument.
What is it?
Right? A transhumanist argument where you start talking about merging man and machine, those kind of things, making human beings, better through technology.
Oh, this could be even like with genetics, right?
Yeah,
Like IVF and
genetic
doing certain-
manipulation, gene therapy, cybernetic enhancement, whatever you want to talk about. That's all transhumanist things, right?
And then most people who are atheists believe in evolution.
Right.
And
Yeah, they kind of go together for sure.
And how does evolution happen? Well, for millions of years, things have been breeding. Breeding and breeding and breeding and breeding and breeding and breeding and breeding. And all of a sudden, you don't have to breed. Don't breed.
But why would an atheist care though? Because would they think when they die that they just die and whatever?
Yeah.
I'm just saying that would be the argument.
Makes sense.
Because
So they've decided to stop evolving?
yeah, because what's the reason?
That's a very nihilistic view.
I'm playing devil's advocate, I
No, that's a
guess.
great point.
You know?
I get it. I think there are atheists out there who are not nihilists per se, who would believe in the human mission, to reach higher levels of achievement, greater abilities in various areas, things like that.
I'm gonna sound awful, but I'm just like, if you don't believe in something, well, that's something.
Well, they believe they're humanists.
How is it atheism though?
If you're an atheist, a lot of times you're a humanist.
You
right?
still believe in it going. I don't
believe
know.
in
I don't
humanity
know.
as a whole.
I feel so small-minded.
I feel like I'm defending atheists now. They don't
You
wanna-
are.
you know?
Apologetics for atheism, right here.
Yeah.
Hey, why not?
Sorry.
I mean, it's better to explore a train of thought than to completely dismiss it.
I'm not knocking atheism. I'm just saying,
I don't have enough
It
faith-
doesn't
as
make
they say, I don't have
sense
enough
to
faith
me.
be an atheist.
Yeah.
right? Like,
You
it
know?
doesn't make sense to me.
I don't. An atheist. One thing an atheist believes that something came from nothing.
Right. That's where I'm at. I'm just like, well, if you want to
Okay.
keep making the human race stronger, and then you're not going to be here, like, why does it matter? I don't know. Reincarnation makes more sense at that point to me. Because
But even that's a spiritual belief.
it is,
requires-
yeah. I don't know.
requires-
I
Of
have
course,
a
now
hard time
with all
wrapping
the
my
talk
head around
about
atheism.
Transdimensional, non-human intelligences, it kind of gives a little more thought in that direction for people, maybe.
I may be talking about that next week, so we'll see.
All right, well, that's good.
I'm eventually going to get to this is all a simulation.
Oh, I love
Oh, very
simulation
exciting.
theory.
Can't wait for that. But the other thing that happens when the truth gets shoved aside like that, not only does as I said, lying become okay, but it also when you remove truth from the highest level, what becomes the most important thing? It's power,
Yep.
right? The person with the most power gets to tell the biggest lie. Gets
That's their truth, though.
Gets to expand the greatest truth, right?
Expand their greatest truth.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, if you have the most power, you have the most truth.
And everybody convinces themselves of something
Right.
that they shouldn't at some point or another.
And then out of truth, what else goes with truth? You think about it. Justice. Right?
True.
If there's no truth, there's no justice. Right?
Yeah.
And without justice, what do we have? We have nothing but oppression. Right? And maybe that's the goal. I mean, I'm sure that woman counted herself among the elite, right? Running giant corporations, giving TED Talks to, other elite people, telling them about truth being relative because they all agree with her and they all agree with her truth, right? With the goal of oppressing the rest of us because they're elite and we're not.
It is kind of funny to me that she runs Wikipedia where anyone can go on there and type their truth on Wikipedia.
I think that was part of her point.
Yeah.
When she was
'Cause
talking about
anyone can go on
these
there and-
Wikipedians aren't pursuing the truth per se. They're pursuing,
Wikipedians. Like,
that's what she called them, Wikipedians.
I'm just like, is there one day going to be some catastrophic event and they're going to find that, the Wikipedians lived here in whatever year.
Where were those where did the Wikipedians land on these things? Yes.
I heard someone talking, I don't know if it was Joe Rogan or something, about like if they found ruins from Disneyland and they'd be like, they worshipped this mouse.
They had the ability to change history with a thought.
Like, do we really know that much about all these ancients? So anyway, that's a whole nother topic for a whole different time.
Mouses
Oh,
don't get
and
that
did we
big.
really land on the moon?
Or like
right?
the Starbucks logo, like this mermaid chick. They could easily be like, they worship the coffee god of the sea. I'm sorry. I'll stop.
The goddess of productivity.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
All right. Any other comments we want to make on these videos we watched tonight?
Just be careful.
Careful.
Discern.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give up.
Don't give up and tell the truth.
Well, no, that sounds like a good mantra. Be careful, don't give up, tell the truth. That sounds like a good Superman line to end on.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right? Sound like
So
we're
say
Boy
we
Scouts
all.
or something. So,
No.
so here's the question I want us to think about as we wrap up tonight.
Sure.
Okay, it's this: how do we stay wise without becoming cynical, and innocent without becoming naive? Let's think about that for next week.
I need that in writing.
I'll email it to you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up for tonight. I'm Pastor Peter with my friends Adam and Carla, and
Peace.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of episode 1 of season 2 of Underground Pulpit, and we will see you again next week.
I got trouble like you ain't never seen. I must have a million enemies. They're on their way to come and kill me tonight, but the Lord is coming soon. Oh my mind, all my life I ain't done no good till a preacher's wife told me what I should. She said, repent your sins, and when I asked her why, she said, the Lord is coming soon. Oh my, the Lord is coming soon. Oh my, the Lord is coming soon. Oh my, she said, repent your sins, and when I asked her why, she said, the Lord is coming soon. Oh my. Sit right down and I will tell the tale of how the walls in Jericho did fail. They gathered around it and let out this cry. They said the Lord is coming soon. Oh my, he's the pillar of fire consuming everything. The one that Moses followed through the raging sea. Singing Pharaoh's men, they are close behind, but the Lord is coming soon. Oh my, the Lord is coming soon. Oh my, the Lord is coming soon. Oh my, singing Pharaoh's men, they are close behind, but the Lord is coming soon. Oh my. The Lord is coming soon. Oh my, the Lord is coming soon. Oh my, Pharaoh's men, they are close behind, but the Lord is coming soon. Oh my, Lord is coming soon. Oh my.